Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, coming to you live from Lagos. Here's a reminder of our major stories. Police in Kano arrest former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido over alleged inciting statements aimed at causing mayhem during local government polls. Rivers State Governor Wike donates gunboats to the Navy to help fight crime along the waterways. National Security and Civil Defense Corps busts cement adulteration syndicate in Bauchi State. And US President Donald Trump expresses sympathy for North Korean President Kim Jong-un, describes him as a smart cookie. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our websites channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Speaking of pictures, let's take a look at some of the pictures you sent into our Eyewitness portal. We'll begin with this one, showing a loosely hanging high-tension pole in Ibadan. Eyewitness reporter is calling on the Ibadan Discos to do something about this before it comes crashing down. Next is a photo of an eroded road in Imo State. Our Eyewitness reporter says the project was awarded to One Soul Limited, but left abandoned. He wants the NDDC to prevail on the contractor to return to site. The state of Block J, a division police barracks in Ilorin, got the attention of our Eyewitness reporter, who thought the police deserved something better in order to discharge their functions properly. He's calling on the police authorities to do the needful. Our journey ends here in Offa, where we see a building under renovation. Eyewitness reporters, however, concerned about its closeness to a high-tension pole. He says this must be avoided to prevent electrocution. Tomorrow is May 1st, Workers' Day, described as an annual holiday to celebrate the achievements of workers around the world. Working people have always had to struggle to win decent wages and safe working conditions. Here in Nigeria, the federal government declared Monday, the 1st of May 2017, a public holiday to commemorate the Workers' Day celebration. In his message to felicitate with workers, the Minister of Interior, Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Bello Dambazao, says the workers should use the day to reflect on their roles as nation builders.
The usual solidarity sung by the Nigeria Labour Congress. They are not about to call out workers on strike, but this song is to galvanize their members for May 1st, Workers' Day. Everywhere across the country, workers are ready for the celebrations marking the day. In Jos Plateau State, workers have been reflecting on their relationship with their employers. The executives of the labor union used the occasion to visit the governor in preparation for the day.
You want peace in your state is not to leave outstanding areas, because you cannot be making peace when people are hungry. You have to make sure states that are still having outstanding areas of salary should ensure that first civil servants are paid their wages. Then you go on that roadmap of making peace where there are crises in the state.
If the workers are happy, same cannot be said for civil servants in Osun State, whose salaries have been slashed by 50%.
It has affected it a lot. We find it difficult to pay school fees. Our workers find it difficult to pay their house rent. They find it difficult even to get to their medical something, because you see, workers in Osun State are being held at 20 months half salaries, level 8 and above.
In Enugu State, the complaint is not about non-payment of salaries, but that of improved welfare. They want the governor to review their present remuneration.
Just shortly finished discussing with the Commissioner for Labour, and that issue came on front burner. So government is really arranging to ensure that workers' estates at Ibagwanike, that this time, the workers that actually own houses there will move into the place by providing things like infrastructure facilities like road networks, water and electricity.
There seems to be an accord between the government and the workers as the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress joined the government on a facility tour of some projects executed under Governor Rochas Okrocha. His chief of staff takes them round.
Imo State workers will enjoy and they will be happy at the end of the day. We thank God that we have one of the best NLC in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. One is because they believe in dialogue, and their dialogue has yielded fruit.
There is no doubt that this year's Workers' Day will throw up a lot of issues surrounding workers' salaries, especially now that the country is facing economic hardships.
A call for autonomy by local government authorities across the country is not letting up, as many states, including Enugu, Cross River and Imo, are making their voices heard. A university don says a third tier of government should be autonomous for the nation's development.
The issue of autonomy for the local government has been a big debate since the return of democracy in 1999, but up until now has remained at that level without implementation at the councils. Again, there is a fresh clamour for the local government to be free of any interference from the state. Across the country, the feeling is the same, but the local government should be granted an autonomy to operate, even though this is a recommendation backed by the Presidential Committee on the review of the 1999 Constitution.
There should be an amendment to the Constitution vis-a-vis the physical federal arrangement. If there is no change to fiscal arrangement in terms of revenue allocation formula, local government system will die completely.
In Enugu State, another university professor went further to identify the appointments of sole administrators for local government as another clog in the wheel of progress and the implementation of autonomy for local government. For him, there is no other way of ensuring fairness other than electing the council's executives.
An elected local government chairman accounts to the people that elected him. No particular individual claims the responsibility of electing the local government chairman. It is the people within the local government that elects the local government chairman. But the appointment is just a fiat announced over the air, and the loyalty is to the person that appointed him or her. Therefore, when the person is performing, there may not be much accountability. The accountability is to the state government and not to the people.
Those who are practitioners in the local government believe that the issue of transparency is key in the collaboration between the state and the local government. This is the view of the Commissioner for Local Government Affairs and Development in Imo State.
If we have very competent people running the local governments, competent and honest people running the local governments, then there will be a lot of justification in asking for full autonomy for local governments financially. But the situation where in some local governments, local government is just a place where at the end of every month, whatever comes to local government, some operators and one or two people will share what comes there without impacting on the people. That is not worth it.
Why has it been difficult for the legislators to push for autonomy? Here is the view of the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Local government structure, the way it's provided for now, particularly from the conduct of local government election to the tenure of local government, and the powers provided in the Constitution for the State House of Assembly to legislate on the local government system, will make it definitely difficult for that autonomy to come from the blues. Even if you amend the Constitution and put it there, that is constitutionally autonomy and all of that, you still have to work it out in such a way that it will happen.
The way forward is for the implementation of the local government autonomy. That way, the constant conflict between the governors and the local government chairman on the one side and the workers and the council's administrators on the other side will be clearly sorted out, such that the balance and the respect provided for by the doctrines of separation of power will be fully obeyed.
To energy saving now, Nigeria has been largely dependent on hydropower generation, with complementary generation from gas plants for public electricity supply. Many households also use fossil fuel to power their electricity generating sets. With the increasing cost of electricity supply, coupled with the epileptic power supply, solar energy technologies offers another alternative which seems to be gradually gaining acceptance among Nigerians.
The lack of electricity is no doubt a key factor in Nigeria's social and economic underdevelopment, owing to the increasing dependence by the manufacturing industry, organizations and households. Some Nigerians are taking development into their own hands, sourcing for an alternative power supply, in addition to the hydropower generation in the country. Somewhere in Vom, Jos South local government area of Plateau State, one man has been exploring an alternative means of electricity generation through solar system after he encountered untold hardship and near bankruptcy in his businesses owing to irregular power supply.
How can you work if there's no light? We want to see the farms, for example, where there's beaming of light, where production of food will be done day and night. People will be doing work of farming, shifting. Some will do in the afternoon, some will do in the night.
The solar energy garden has everything required for electricity generation, ranging from solar panels, cables, as well as transformers that were manufactured and coupled within the premises.
We had to do a lot of research. In the first place, we had to go to all the 774 local governments in Nigeria to get the solar readings, the solar yield, in 6 randomly selected areas in each of the local governments. This is in view of the fact that once we want to start generation in any part of Nigeria, we will have very little survey to do now because we have all the data.
In spite of the numerous challenges, the company is receiving encouragement and patronage as the Plateau State government and individuals have shown interest in solar power supply.
We want to train Nigerians. We would not like to just have this technology to ourselves. One day we would want to have a laboratory, we have to have a factory where we do these things, where thousands of Nigerians can come. But we need that support. We cannot go for loan for such kind of thing. In developed countries and in all places that it would have been grants.
At the Plateau State Ministry of Water Resources and Energy, all electrical appliances are now powered by solar energy. The state government is also looking to consolidate solar energy as an alternative source, considering the current exorbitant rate of electricity.
The government of Plateau State is keen into the global initiative towards combating climate change. Climate change is as a result of different things. One of them is the use of what we call fossil fuel. That increases the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, creating a kind of envelope around the earth and causing overheating of the earth.
As the federal government focuses on the economic recovery and growth plan, the place of power generation, especially alternative power generation, many believe needs to be explored by encouraging individuals and investing in the people towards building a globally competitive economy.
When the News at 10 returns, airline operators and business people at Kaduna International Airport lament a massive drop in patronage as a result of low passenger traffic. Please join us again.